Most people don't realize this until it's too late. The things they buy to look rich are the exact things keeping them poor. A stickman stands in the middle of a giant pile of shopping bags, smiling on the outside, stressed on the inside. Every swipe of the credit card feels exciting for a moment, but behind closed doors, bills pile up, stress grows, and freedom slowly disappears. The rich see money differently. That's why they quietly avoid certain purchases, no matter how wealthy they become. This tiny financial mistake destroys millions every single day. The average person buys things to impress strangers. The wealthy buy things that make them more money. That difference changes everything. One lifestyle creates attention, the other creates freedom. And most people never notice the trap until years are gone. The rich quietly avoid this purchase, even when they can easily afford it. Luxury cars. For most people, they're financial quicksand. The moment a brand new luxury car leaves the dealership, thousands of dollars disappear instantly. The rich know something powerful. A car is not an investment. It's often one of the fastest ways to destroy cash flow. What happens next shocks most people. Many millionaires drive normal-looking cars, not because they have to, because they understand psychology. Flashy purchases attract attention, but invisible wealth builds power. Real rich people care more about ownership than appearance. The next purchase is quietly ruining middle-class families. Designer clothes. Most expensive outfits lose value the second they're worn, but brands have trained people emotionally. They sell status, not fabric. The wealthy know confidence doesn't come from logos. It comes from financial security. The rich understand one brutal truth most people ignore. Looking wealthy and being wealthy are completely different games. One drains your future. The other protects it. That's why wealthy people focus on assets quietly growing in the background, while others chase temporary attention online. Here's the purchase wealthy people almost never finance. Furniture. Most people go deep into debt just to make their apartment look expensive. Monthly payments for couches, tables, decorations, all losing value every year. The rich avoid paying interest on things that don't make money back. And the next financial trap is even worse, because almost everyone thinks it's normal. Subscriptions, tiny payments, invisible leaks, streaming apps, unused memberships, premium upgrades. Month after month, money quietly disappears without resistance, and what starts small becomes financial bleeding over time. The rich obsess over stopping invisible leaks, because small habits create massive futures. This is the financial mistake destroying millions, while companies quietly get richer from it. The average person upgrades their lifestyle the second they make more money. Bigger apartment, more expensive phone, fancier vacations. But the wealthy know a dangerous secret. The faster your lifestyle grows, the harder freedom becomes. And most people never escape the cycle. Rich people avoid this luxury purchase, even when they can easily afford it. The newest smartphone, every single year. Most upgrades change almost nothing, but marketing creates emotional urgency. People feel left behind without the newest device. The wealthy see it differently. If something still works perfectly, why waste thousands replacing it? Most people buy this to feel successful, but it quietly delays their future. Luxury vacations financed with debt. A week of dopamine, followed by months of payments. The wealthy understand something powerful. Relaxation feels different when it's fully paid for. Debt turns even beautiful memories into financial stress. The rich quietly laugh at this purchase. Massive houses with rooms nobody even uses. More rooms means more cleaning, more maintenance, more taxes, more stress. The wealthy care about efficiency, not showing off square footage to strangers. This tiny habit quietly separates wealthy people from everyone else. Rich people delay purchases. They pause, think, calculate. Most emotional spending disappears after a few days, but impulsive buying? That's where financial damage begins. The next purchase is pure emotional manipulation, expensive watches. Most people buy them for approval, not usefulness. The wealthy already understand their value. They don't need strangers to validate success. True confidence stays quiet. Most people never notice this psychological trap. The richer someone looks online, the more pressure they feel to maintain the image. That pressure creates fake lifestyles, hidden debt, constant stress. The wealthy avoid building identities around spending money. And the next trap might be the most dangerous of all, because it doesn't look expensive at first. Daily coffee runs, food delivery, impulse shopping, tiny emotional spending habits repeated thousands of times. That's how wealth quietly disappears. The rich know something most people ignore. Small financial leaks can sink massive futures. The truly wealthy often look completely normal. That's the part most people never understand. Real wealth usually hides in silence. No giant logos, no desperate showing off, because rich people know something powerful. Money grows faster when nobody's trying to impress strangers. Most people spend money trying to look successful, but wealthy people focus on becoming financially untouchable. That means emergency funds, investments, cash flow, ownership, not attention. Because attention doesn't pay bills during hard times. Can the rich avoid this toxic habit at all costs, competing financially with friends? One person buys a luxury car, so the other upgrades too. Then someone buys a bigger house, and suddenly everybody's trapped in silent financial competition. The wealthy refuse to play that game. This single purchase destroys more wealth than people realize. Boats. Many wealthy people joke about them for a reason. Maintenance, storage, repairs, insurance. A luxury purchase can quietly become an endless financial drain. The wealthy think long-term, while most people chase temporary feelings. Rich people ask one question before buying anything. Will this improve my future or just my mood today? That tiny question changes financial lives forever. This financial truth makes people uncomfortable. Some people stay broke trying to maintain lifestyles they can't actually afford. Every paycheck disappears instantly, not because they earn too little, but because they spend too emotionally. The rich secretly love boring purchases, index funds, reliable businesses, simple investments. Nothing flashy, nothing exciting. But over time, those boring decisions quietly create freedom most people only dream about. And the next purchase rich people avoid shocks almost everyone, because society calls it normal. But the wealthy quietly see it as dangerous, especially when it's bought with debt. And once people fall into this trap, escaping becomes painfully hard. Here's the purchase wealthy people become extremely careful about. Huge weddings. One single day that can create years of financial stress. The wealthy understand something most people ignore. Starting married life with massive debt is a terrible foundation. This financial trap feels harmless at first. Luxury apartment rentals. People pay huge monthly prices just for the image. Fancy lobby. Nice view.
Temporary status. But the wealthy care more about ownership than appearances.
The rich avoid buying things just to post them online, because fake wealth creates real pressure. Every expensive photo becomes a financial performance, and eventually, people become trapped maintaining an illusion they can't sustain. Most people don't realize subscriptions can become financial parasites. Apps, streaming platforms, unused memberships, tiny automatic charges, quietly draining accounts every month. The wealthy track every recurring expense carefully. The next purchase is pure ego. People buy expensive things they barely use just to prove they can afford them. But the wealthy know something powerful. Ego spending is one of the fastest ways to stay financially stuck. Rich people secretly avoid this emotional spending pattern, rewarding themselves constantly. Bad day? Spend money. Good day? Spend money. Feeling bored? Spend money. That emotional cycle quietly destroys financial discipline. The wealthy know something society hides from people. Most luxury products are designed to trigger insecurity. They make people feel incomplete, then sell them expensive solutions. That's why rich people become careful about emotional marketing. And the next trap is where millions completely lose control because it feels normal, comfortable, even successful, but quietly, it destroys cash flow faster than almost anything else. And once people enter this lifestyle, escaping becomes brutally difficult. Most people don't go broke overnight. They go broke slowly. One payment here, one upgrade there, one emotional purchase after another, and suddenly years disappear. The wealthy understand financial destruction usually happens silently. The rich avoid upgrading lifestyles too fast because higher income doesn't automatically create wealth. Higher savings do. Most people increase spending the moment money increases. The wealthy increase ownership first. This purchase quietly steals freedom from millions, financing things people don't truly need. Monthly payments feel small at first, but years later, those payments quietly steal options, flexibility, and peace of mind. The wealthy pay attention to something most people ignore:
Opportunity cost. Every unnecessary purchase steals money that could have grown for years. That's the hidden cost nobody talks about. This tiny mindset shift changes everything. The wealthy don't ask, "Can I buy this?" They ask, "Is this worth delaying freedom for?" That question alone can completely transform spending habits. Most people chase rich-looking lifestyles, not rich realities. Luxury isn't freedom. Freedom is waking up without financial panic. Freedom is owning your time. And the wealthy protect that feeling obsessively. The next truth makes many people uncomfortable. Some purchases aren't made from confidence. They're made from insecurity. People buy status because deep down they want approval. And what happens next separates wealthy people from everyone else forever. Because eventually, everyone faces a decision: keep spending to impress people or start building real freedom quietly. And that single decision changes entire futures. Most people think more money will solve their stress, but for many people, it actually creates new chains. A bigger paycheck often creates bigger expenses: nicer car, bigger house, more subscriptions, more pressure. The wealthy understand something dangerous. Lifestyle upgrades can quietly become financial prisons. The wealthy avoid this emotional trap constantly, buying things to celebrate success too early. Many people get one raise, then immediately upgrade everything. But rich people protect momentum first, because keeping money matters more than briefly showing it off. This purchase feels rewarding until the bills arrive. Expensive dining habits, luxury restaurants every weekend, constant delivery orders, tiny emotional rewards repeated endlessly. The wealthy enjoy life too, but they avoid turning comfort into addiction. Rich people secretly love repeating this one boring phrase: "I don't need it." That sentence protects millions of dollars over a lifetime, because every unnecessary purchase avoided becomes future freedom saved. This hidden financial behavior quietly destroys discipline. People normalize payments for everything. Monthly financing becomes automatic. Phone payments, car payments, furniture payments, and slowly, future income gets trapped before it even arrives. The wealthy pay attention to this tiny detail constantly: maintenance costs. The bigger and fancier something becomes, the more expensive it is to maintain. That's why rich people calculate hidden costs before buying anything major. Most people buy comfort, then accidentally lose freedom. The wealthy know comfort can become dangerous, because the more expensive your lifestyle becomes, the harder it becomes to walk away from jobs, stress, and financial pressure. And the next financial mistake quietly destroys decades of potential. Because people don't notice it happening. It starts small, feels harmless, feels normal, but over time, it quietly steals financial independence piece by piece. The most dangerous financial habits don't look dangerous. That's why millions ignore them. Small purchases feel harmless, convenient, normal, but repeated daily, they quietly reshape entire financial futures. The wealthy notice emotional spending immediately: stress spending, boredom spending, late-night impulse spending. The rich understand something powerful. If emotions control spending, money disappears fast. This tiny behavior silently destroys savings. People stop tracking money. They assume small purchases don't matter, but wealthy people track where every dollar goes because awareness changes behavior. Rich people avoid this dangerous sentence: "It's only a few dollars." That phrase destroys discipline quietly, because wealth isn't built through giant moments alone. It's built through repeated small decisions. This hidden habit separates disciplined people from emotional spenders. The wealthy pause before buying, not because they're cheap, because they understand delayed decisions reduce emotional mistakes. Most people confuse rewards with self-destruction. Rewarding yourself constantly with spending feels good temporarily, but eventually, those rewards become financial pressure. The wealthy reward themselves with progress instead. This financial truth shocks most people. Many wealthy people live below their means on purpose. That gap between income and spending, that's where freedom grows. And the next financial lesson changes how wealthy people see money forever, because eventually they realize something powerful. Money is not just for spending, it's for buying options, freedom, time,
Peace. And once someone understands that, everything changes. The wealthy spend differently because they think differently. Instead of buying things that look expensive, they buy things that create more freedom later. That single shift changes entire lives. Rich people love purchases most people find boring: investments, skills, businesses, education, things that quietly increase future income instead of temporary status. The wealthy buy time, not just products, because time is the one thing money can never replace. That's why wealthy people value efficiency carefully, not for showing off, but for protecting energy and focus. Most people spend money to escape stress temporarily. The wealthy spend money reducing stress permanently. Health, peaceful environments, reliable systems, strong financial foundations. That's real luxury. The next purchase wealthy people prioritize shocks most people: emergency funds. Because rich people know opportunities appear suddenly, and emergencies do too. Cash reserves create power during chaos. This mindset difference quietly creates massive wealth. Most people ask, how expensive is it? The wealthy ask, will this produce value later? That single mindset changes every purchase decision. Rich people secretly avoid trying to look rich, because the moment people stop needing validation, money decisions become smarter, calmer, stronger, and freedom grows faster. And this final realization changes everything. The wealthy don't buy things to impress people for a moment. They build systems that protect freedom for life. Because real wealth isn't loud, it's peaceful, quiet, stable. And once someone understands that, their entire financial future changes forever. Some people look rich for 5 minutes and stay broke for 5 years. That's the brutal truth nobody wants to admit. Fake wealth is expensive. Trying to impress strangers drains money faster than most people realize. And the worst part? Most people trapped in the cycle don't even notice it happening. The wealthy avoid this dangerous mindset completely, spending money emotionally to feel important, because confidence built on purchases is fragile. The moment the money disappears, so does the identity. Most people don't realize how powerful invisible wealth really is. Invisible wealth is freedom without needing attention. No pressure to impress, no constant performance, just quiet ownership growing stronger every year. This tiny decision quietly separates future millionaires from everyone else. Delayed gratification. The ability to say, not now. Most people sacrifice their future for temporary excitement. The wealthy protect tomorrow obsessively. The rich secretly fear one thing more than looking poor: losing freedom. That's why they become careful with lifestyle inflation. Every unnecessary expense increases dependency, and dependency kills options. This financial lesson changes how wealthy people live forever. Money is stored life energy. Every dollar spent represents hours of your time.
The wealthy never forget that connection. That's why they spend intentionally. Most people chase luxury, while wealthy people chase control. Control over time, control over decisions, control over stress. Because real wealth is not about looking powerful. It's about living peacefully. And the final truth about wealth changes everything forever. Because eventually, people realize something shocking. The goal was never to impress strangers. The goal was freedom all along. And once someone truly understands that, their entire life begins to change. If you understand this mindset shift, your financial future may never look the same again. Wealth is not built through one giant decision. It's built through thousands of small, disciplined choices. Every purchase, every habit, every emotional decision quietly shapes your future. The wealthy understand something society rarely teaches. Freedom matters more than flexing. Peace matters more than attention. And ownership matters more than appearances. Most people spend money trying to escape pressure, but careless spending often creates more pressure later. The wealthy break that cycle by becoming intentional with every dollar. This one habit quietly changes financial lives forever. Living below your means. Simple, boring, extremely powerful.
Because the gap between what you earn and what you spend becomes the engine of freedom. The rich don't just buy differently, they think differently. Before spending money, they ask powerful questions. Will this improve my future? Will this create value? Will this increase freedom? That mindset protects wealth quietly over time. Most people wait too long to learn this lesson. The goal is not to look rich. The goal is to become financially free enough that appearances stop mattering completely. This final realization separates wealthy people from everyone else. Money is a tool, not an identity, not a competition, not proof of worth. Used wisely, it creates peace, choices, and freedom. And if there's one thing wealthy people understand better than anyone else, it's this. The greatest flex in the world is waking up without financial fear. No pressure to impress. No hidden panic. No fake lifestyle to maintain. Just peace, freedom, and control over your own life. That is real wealth. And your future changes the moment you stop buying attention and start building freedom instead.